Welcome to Module 2 of this school year's orientation, and in this module we're going to be talking about how to navigate the school system as a student. And here you'll get to see how to access your daily lessons and how to complete certain different types of lesson activities you may have assigned to you throughout the school year. So in this module we're going to go back to the school system that we logged into during Module 1, and we'll actually access some coursework as a student. And in particular, we're going to go through how to complete an online quiz and also see how to complete offline assignments. So why don't we go ahead and log back into the school system and take a look at how exactly this will work for you as a student. So we see that we're still logged into the Test Students account in the school system. And remember, from Module 1, we've logged into the school system as we should every day to make sure that we look at any important school announcements here on the main page. We've also checked our classes that will be listed over here on the left under the class list to see if any of the work that we submitted has been graded and check out our updated grades. And we know that we may have to come back here as we complete assignments to access our textbooks that we may need for certain assignments. We won't be doing that in this module, but know that if you do see directions that send you to a textbook, this is where you find it. Now that I've logged in and most importantly made sure that my attendance counts for today, I'm going to go ahead and skip. I don't want to say necessarily skip my email. We should make sure that we check that every single day, a couple times a day, to see any important communications from our teachers. It's probably a good idea to check your email at least 3 times a day. When you first log in the morning, right around when you're breaking for lunch, and then at the end of the day before you finish up your schoolwork for the day. Now you can check it more often than that, but you want to make sure that you're in here at least 3 times each day. But the third tab is our calendar tab, which is actually the 4th tab now that I'm logged into the school system. But this calendar tab, this calendar is where all of our lessons are going to be housed, basically. We're going to come in here every day, go to the day of the week that it is, and look at the very top of the list. So let's take a look at Monday, August 22nd, and we see that the test student has 4 lessons listed here that they will need to complete in order to complete all of their schoolwork for the day. Now we see we have 4 lessons for Monday, 4 lessons for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and this will be true nearly every week whenever you open up your calendar. All of your lessons for that week will be listed here for all of your classes. But we just want to focus on the lessons for the day that it is, and we're going to assume that this is Monday, August 22nd. But I do also notice something down here at the bottom. At 11 o'clock, I see that I have a live learning session for math. Now, it's important to know, because you'll recall from Module 1, that live learning sessions are scheduled at a regular day and time, and we do need to make sure that we attend those live sessions to meet with our teacher and to probably complete that day's assignment. Now, in Module 3, we'll come down here and actually enter this live learning session and see what it looks like. But for this module, let's focus on these lessons listed up here at the top of our calendar column. So you can complete these lessons in any order that you would like. I'm going to start with the science lesson because I know that this lesson is linked to an online quiz, and that's the first type of lesson that I want to show you today. So to access this science lesson, I will just click the link, and it will bring up this calendar page. And it says science lesson right here. And I see in the description, which is one of the most important parts of this that we need to look at, it says click the link to complete today's science lesson. Okay. So again, click that link, and it will take me into the school system where we house all the lessons. And so this link takes us to a quiz, and there's a little look on the inside. I actually linked this to one of my driver's ed quizzes, just because I know it would help me illustrate what I wanted to show you in this section. But we see the directions are listed here, and this will be true for every lesson that you click on and that you complete as part of your orientation. So we see that there's 3 basic parts of this lesson. It tells you what you're learning that day. It says today you will complete a quiz on Chapter 1, Driving and Mobility, and learn how to use a map scale. Okay. What are we going to be doing today? Step 1, complete the driving and mobility quiz. This will be worth 10 points and will apply to your quiz's grade. And then tomorrow it says we'll learn how to use the map scale. So this is a 2-day lesson. We're doing step 1 today, which is just a quiz. And then at the end of every lesson, it always tells you what you're going to be doing tomorrow. And tomorrow is that map scale portion. So in order to get this online quiz started, I'm going to simply click the button that says Attempt Quiz Now. Now it'll warn me that I'm only allowed to take this quiz once, and that I'm about to start a new attempt. Do I wish to proceed? Well, yes, I do. I want to get this quiz finished. So when you hit Start Attempt, you'll see that 10 questions are multiple choice for this quiz, and I want to work my way through and answer each question. So I'll go through and answer the first question. And then I'll work my way through the rest of the questions in this quiz. So through the magic of editing, we've finished all 10 questions on this quiz. And now that I've answered all the questions and I'm happy with the answers that I selected, I'll click this Next button in the bottom corner. The quiz will show me that I've answered and the answer was saved for all 10 questions. And at this point I have 2 options. I can return to the attempt, which will take me back to the quiz so I can make any chances, or if I skipped a problem or a question, it'll take me back so that I can finish that question. Or once everything's answered and I'm happy with what I selected, I can click Submit All and Finish. Now, it's important to note with an online quiz, your quiz is not submitted until you click that Submit All and Finish button. And they'll confirm, and we'll submit all and finish. And in this case, since it was strictly a multiple choice quiz, I can see my grade right away because it will automatically grade it for me. If this was a quiz or a test with like an essay question or a fill-in-the-blank question, you won't see your score until your teacher grades the questions that cannot be automatically graded. But that's how you complete an online quiz. We click the link from our Google Calendar, click the button to start the attempt, answer all the questions, click Next, and then click Submit in order to submit our quiz. We could close this tab now because we're done with that assignment. But if you were to click on here and take a look at the assignment again, you'll see now it'll show you your attempt that's finished and your grade on the attempt. And also gives you the option to review that quiz. Now, when you're done with that assignment, this will still stay on your calendar. But what some students like to do is they like to change the color by clicking the event color box here and maybe picking red for it to notify them that they're done with that assignment, so that when they click save and they go back to their calendar, they'll see that they finished that assignment. That's not something that you have to do, but that's a little tip that some students use in order to help them keep track of the assignments that they've completed in a day. Now, the next lesson that we will look at on our calendar is the math lesson that's listed here for August 22nd. So we'll keep working on the lessons that are listed for the day that we are working on. So again, we look at the description and we see, click the link to complete today's math lesson. So go ahead and click that link. And this is one that I did create specifically for this orientation module. And this is an example of an offline lesson. So it says today we're going to learn about adding numbers. Step 1, complete the assignment found by clicking here. Step 2, submit your completed assignment below. This is worth 10 points and will be applied to the assignment category of your overall grade. And then coming up in the next lesson, we will learn about subtracting numbers. Now, obviously, this is a very basic lesson. Most of your lessons will be a little bit more involved than this, but I wanted to create something very quick and very basic for the sake of our orientation module. So I'm going to go back to step 1, and it says complete the assignment found by clicking here. So I'll go ahead and click that link. So go back to step 1, where it says complete the assignment found by clicking here, and we'll go ahead and click that link. And so this is an offline assignment, and it's quote-unquote offline because it's not an online quiz, not something that we're going to be completing within the lesson itself. But it is something that's on our Google Drive. And the teacher here has set it up so that we can automatically make a copy that we can work on. So if you ever see this view that says, would you like to make a copy of the example assignment, go ahead and click the button that says make a copy. And what this will do is it will create a copy of the assignment right on your Google Drive, where you can go ahead and enter in the information or the answers to all the problems. So I will want to rename this, and I will put my name up here, and since this is a test student, I'll just change the name of it to T Student Orientation Example Assignment, so that when I submit this to my teacher, they'll be able to know who it's from pretty quickly. But then I'll go through and answer the questions. I'll put my name in here in this case. The directions just say to answer each question below. I've made this very basic so that we can go through here quickly for the sake of the orientation module. I'll answer each question. So what's number 1? 2 plus 2 equals 4. What's your favorite color? Well, my favorite color is blue. Do you have a pet? If so, what is its name? Actually, I have 2 pets. I have 2 cats. So I'll write that in here. Their names are Talon and Mia. And now I'm done with the assignment. As I scroll down here and I see that there were only 3 questions on this assignment. Well, now how do I turn this into my teacher? I've saved this document. I've completed it, answering all the questions, but I need to submit this to my teacher. So when I go back to the assignment, it said, submit your completed assignment below. Well, since this was a Google Doc assignment, what I can do is click the share button, and I can go through here and get a link that I can copy and paste into the assignment for my teacher. So I'm going to copy this link by clicking that button that says copy link, and allow anybody with this link to view the assignment. And then I'll click done. Then I'll go back to my assignment, scroll down and click add submission. So in order to submit any offline work, we have to click that add submission button. And in this case, I could just write in the text box, hi, Mr. Kachuba, who is the teacher of this class. Here is the link to my assignment. And that's all that I have to do with that. I can scroll all the way down to the bottom. In this case, I do not need to worry about any file submissions, but I will click Save Changes. Once I do that, I see that my assignment has been submitted for grading. Well, obviously, since I just turned it in, my teacher has not graded it yet. So it says not graded. And I could see my assignment submission here as well, so I know that it's there. If you do need to make a change to something here, you can click the edit button, but usually in a case like this, there's no need to make any changes. So we'll go ahead and exit out of here. And we'll close our Google document because we don't need this open anymore, and we don't want to have a bunch of tabs opened up. But let's say a day has passed, and our teacher may have gotten in here and graded our assignment. If you click the link to the same assignment and go back in, and if it was graded, notice the grading status changed to graded. And if I scroll down, I can see the feedback that I got on the assignment. You can see I got 100%. It was graded by Mr. Kachubam, and he left some feedback. He said, "Nice job, test. I have cats as well, and blue is also my favorite color." So I got a little bit of feedback on my assignment from my teacher. So that's how you can go back in and check your grades, is by clicking on the old assignments and opening them right back up and scrolling down for the feedback. So we'll look at one more type of assignment, or one more type of lesson. And in order to see this, we'll click into this language arts lesson. And again, I'll read the description. It's going to be a pattern that you'll recognize pretty quickly, I think. Click the link to complete today's language arts lesson. Okay, so I'll click that link. And this assignment should look very familiar to you. Again, it says, what am I learning today? What I'll be learning about nouns. Well, after that, it says, what will I be doing today? Again, 2 steps. Complete the assignment found by clicking here, and then submit your completed assignment below. And then what's coming up in the next lesson. So this is another very quick and super simple assignment that I created just for the sake of this orientation module. So I'm going to go to step 1 and click here to see what my assignment is. And it does look familiar. This is the same assignment that I just completed earlier. The only difference is that this is a PDF file. And if you know anything about PDF files, it's that typically they're made so that you cannot edit them on a computer. So one option for completing an assignment like this is to go over here and print it. And once you print it out, you can use a pencil and complete the assignment by hand, and then scan it or take a picture of it with your webcam, and then submit that file to the assignment on the previous tab when you click the Add Submission button. But with our Chromebooks, there's also a program that's on each of your Chromebooks that you can use to actually write on this PDF file. And if you see this button up here that says Open With, you can click this and choose this option called DocHub. And you see it says View, Edit, and Sign PDFs. Well, the Edit is the key one for us. So I'm going to go ahead and click Open with DocHub. And if it's the first time you open this, you might have to give it permission to access your account, and it's okay to do that. But I'll go through here, and what I can do is use the tools at the very top of the page to then go ahead and complete my assignment. And you'll see that I'll go through and complete the assignment in much the same way that I did the other one. Except I could just keep clicking this text box in and answer each of the questions on the assignment. So I go through and edit this by using that text box, or I could use the pencil icon if I'm really good at drawing on the mouse pad and write the answers in. But now I've answered all the questions on this assignment, even though it was a PDF file that normally you can't edit, but I was able to use this DocHub app that's on my Chromebook and answer all the questions. When you are done, you need to submit this somehow. And in this case, you want to go ahead and download this. You can export it to your Google Drive, and typically that's the route that you want to go. I'm going to download it as a PDF, and you can also do that as well. And actually, by downloading it as a PDF, you see that it showed up down here at the bottom of my web browser. And that's good news. And I'm going to leave it there for now until I get out of these windows and go back to my assignment. Because when I click Add Submission, I can scroll down and say, "Hi, Mr. Kachuba. My assignment is attached." And since this is a separate file in this case, I could drag it up here and drop it in from that bottom bar. And now my file assignment is in here, submitted to the teacher as soon as I click Save Changes. And once I do that, I can verify that I submitted the assignment by checking the submission status, which tells me that it's submitted for grading. And my file is here. So those are some very quick examples of how you can do certain different offline assignments and different ways that you may need to submit them. Now that may seem like a lot of different options, and it will take a little bit of time to get used to it, but after a week or so of completing assignments, you'll be a pro at all of these, and you'll be able to submit them like it's the easiest thing that you've ever done. Well, now that you have a quick overview of how to go through and access your lessons, complete some of your lessons in our school system, you'll now answer a few questions here to check for your understanding of the content that we just covered. Again, you may see a grade at the end of this module after you answer the questions. Don't worry about that grade. That grade will not affect your overall grades in any of your classes. After you're finished with that, we'll move on to the next two modules. Module 3 is where we'll learn a little bit about the live class sessions and how to attend live learning sessions here at PA Distance Learning. And then the last one will be getting the support you need, who to contact for what here at PA Distance Learning. So good luck on your questions here at the end of the module, and I'll see you shortly for Module 3.